Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's December 30th, 2022. The year is just about wound down now. It's currently 49 degrees Fahrenheit right now, and thank God we had such a horrific long cold spell here in the Northeast. We did get some snow, as I mentioned before, did some snow blowing and all that, and but those really high winds and well below zero wind chills for several days was a bit much. So I'm really glad that's all over with. And it's 49 degrees right now, and I thought what I do, since I've been hunkered down inside for the last week, head out back to the compost pile and see if I can do some turning. You know, it's not going to be a thorough turning like you've seen in videos in the past with the large composting piles and all, but taking Elon, the Takeuchi TB290 out there and seeing if I can make some headway, turn things around, get some of the material, the produce and the materials that we've been saving and just throwing on the pile, go ahead and get those all incorporated into the pile. The pile isn't going to be neat when I'm done, but let's see what we can get done. Should we do it here? Gonna break up any big ice chunks here on the surface first. I don't see any great big ice chunks here, fortunately. Masses, conglomerates of leaf material in here. And that may be because it was on the base. When I use the track loader, what I do is I go around the perimeter and I pick up all the materials that are outside around the perimeter, and I start a new pile with that material with it going into the center of the pile. To give enough processing time, thermophilic processing time, so the temperatures get up, into the optimal range to maintain an aerobic bacterial decomposition process. not to dig down too deep because I have the teeth on this bucket. This is an excavation bucket. You don't want to dig down into the dirt below this area and get into the gravel. See, there's lots and lots of leaf material in here. The goal is to just get as much material mixed up here as possible, mixed together rather. I don't think I ever posted a video showing this process that I started back here this fall, mixing the leaves with the broken down wood chips, the soil from the central garden plot that remained from the beds that weren't going to be used this last season, 2022 season. And then all the material that we composted throughout the season. Try to mix this material all together. When the leaves were delivered, there's always some gravel and sand that the loaders pick up at the cemetery. And of course, also other old flags from Memorial Day and artificial flowers that people leave on their families' graves. They all get incorporated into the leaf material that is transported to us. Hope everybody's doing well. This whole recent holiday, Christmas holiday, was very stressful for many people doing traveling, which is such a shame. So I know that's the main time that the families want to get together. Challenging time for those people who are on fixed incomes with the inflation going on. I know it's affected us some. It hasn't been devastating by any means, but certainly I realize many people aren't as fortunate as we are. Well, may be some really significant, challenging times over this next 2023. Unfortunately, I think Jerome Powell is moving a little bit too aggressive aggressively with raising the interest rates. If he backs off soon, and I mean really backs off, and or 25 basis points this next time, and then that's it. And then I think the second half of 23 could potentially be the beginning of a decent recovery, and people might do well. I think that with the Fed, they're a little bit too late and too aggressive, both with the quantitative easing. I don't know why I'm talking about this now, but I thought I'd share my thoughts while I'm doing this. But really went too far with the quantitative easing, and now the tightening, driving these interest rates up like he is so rapidly. I remember the 70s and 80s, and those were challenging times. We were young then. Oh, I went in a little bit too deep, but I can say I got a little bit of the gravel there, unfortunately. And we really don't want to see those times get that way. And I think Jerome Powell isn't taking into account, because he's really waiting for unemployment to start to creep up some, and this isn't like the old days. There's where so many of the people were completely dependent on working for a company, or small business, or owned a small business. But there's a nice cluster of leaves right there. But so many people did not sign up for unemployment simply because their side hustles are doing so well. As a result of the pandemic, many people have different forms of income. There's many people in social media and YouTube channels and various channels that are just, and that are really creating really significant incomes. Just look at YouTube and see how well so many people, creators, are doing now. It's amazing. We aren't, but that isn't my main goal, is to make a lot of money. Now, I may have to do that soon, but that's certainly a way. The other thing is, now we have people who are resellers, and that's affecting people. It's this reseller movement that's going on now, where people are reselling used books, clearance items from major Home Depot, Amazon, Target, Walmart, going and buying them for cheap and then selling them on eBay, or selling books through the Amazon fulfillment. There's so many people that are, left their previous jobs and have an entirely new form of income that's replacing it, and they don't feel the pressures of showing up to work at a certain time, working for the man. It's just, it's another avenue for people who are go-getters. Starts off as a bit of a side hustle. I mean, house flipping, I'm sure it's still a thing out there right now with the housing market. That's going to change things a bit. But by flipping smaller priced items like used clothes or clearance items or returnables from different companies and all, man, that's such a thriving business opportunity for so many people. And then you've got people who are working remotely, not for a specific company, but they're working for other individuals. They're editing videos. They're doing research for them. You know, there's just so many other opportunities out there that people are taking advantage of them. And when Jerome Powell is looking for the unemployment rate to go up, well, that's going to put us into, I'm concerned that he's going to make things much worse, but not by not recognizing the fact that this isn't 20 years ago. This is an entirely different time right now, and it takes a different approach to dealing with the inflation and the recession. And certainly we need to practice better control over our expenditure, just like this $1.7 trillion bill that just was passed. And I doubt very many people, our representatives, actually read the bill. And I don't want to get political here. My criticisms are bipartisan. I'd actually prefer a totally different tax system. I prefer a flat tax system. I prefer a different voting system. I would prefer that we have a ranked voting system. In other words, you can say, well, just this person running for Senate or Congress or the White House, my first choice is A, my second choice is B, my third choice is C. So you don't have to be one of the gang members or the cult of the left or the right. You can vote more for what things those individuals can actually do. This takes a little bit longer than doing it the other way with the throwing enough soil up on here, unfortunately. Push some more of this back. I gotta say, composting is, now this is really decomposing. I think of composting as thermophilic composting, really getting the optimal temperature to kill all pathogens and to kill all weed seeds as well. Because if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that I do not appreciate weeding. And I don't appreciate working in the garden like we used to have to do. I enjoy limited working in the garden. Getting the seedlings started, getting the transplants in the ground, getting the drip irrigation system set, getting the weeds mats down, not having doing minimal weeding, not having to do any irrigation, let that all be automated, not having to fertilize, just go ahead and feeding the soil microorganisms with the compost, and letting the integrated pest management by the polyculture and guilds and the aquatic systems that we have bring in the predators that take care of those nasty little pests. I got into the gravel a little bit again there. A couple more rocks there, dang it. presidential election. I think the movement that he's calling it, or the party that he'd like to start, I don't know that it's officially a start. I really like a lot about Andrew Yang. But you know, you vote for a third party, and you know, the saying is that you're throwing away your vote, and you can't remove the person that you find as being the worst, the most dangerous person, the lesser of evils, rather. Where Andrew Yang is, what I like is part of his premise is it's not the left or the right, it's the forward party. And I really like the sound of that. He's the one that discussed how necessary it'll probably be for a universal income. And I think that's probably going to be true with the advancements of artificial intelligence, and how that's going to absolutely change our world. It's one of those disruptive technologies that I've talked about in the past, and how that's changing everything, basically. Tracks because it's a little bit muddy out here right now, and speaking of artificial intelligence, I've been experimenting with GPT, using artificial intelligence to create written dialogue. People are writing short stories, business plans, all sorts of amazing things that artificial intelligence is doing for us now. And it certainly can displace lots of workers, but it also can create lots of opportunities for people who want to utilize resources like these forms of artificial intelligence. And certainly the videos that you've seen me use in the Skydio 2, that's a form of artificial intelligence. It's using smart sensors, artificial intelligence, machine learning to create very good obstacle avoidance and tracking systems with a drone system. That's really going to make life so much easier for, certainly for the military, as been shown in Ukraine, and certainly for people who are working, doing dangerous jobs, getting into precarious situations, instead of having to get out into a precarious location that potentially could cause the loss of life, such as assessing bridge structures over large spans of water, or tremendous potential for falls and all. Well, these mapping drones are so amazing, and it's just absolutely amazing. Making subterranean and deep aquatic mapping is also possible, changing archaeology and geology sciences pretty significantly. So I'm pretty darn excited about all of these new technologies. Some of us old baby boomers will have some issues because a lot of us just aren't interested in learning some of the new ways that things can evolve. Clean some of this stuff off here. So no significant anaerobic smells, which is really awesome. So when you get those nasty smells like things rotting and all, it means that the oxygen has been depleted in your compost pile and you're smelling the results of anaerobic decomposition, which are not the organisms that you want in your gardens. You want those aerobic organisms. Just trying to smooth out this area here some. So this may not be the neatest compost turn that I've done, or decomposing pile that I've done, but it sure beats using a pitchfork or a shovel. That's for sure. Shake as much stuff out of there as I can. Okay, I got the camera back in the bucket of the excavator. Got the pile all set over there. I'm going to head back up to the shop and see what I can accomplish next. Gosh, I love it. The sun isn't out at all. We're probably going to get a little rain today, but it's so nice not freezing, and it's so nice. It's just so nice that it's warmed up. It's going to get up into the lower 50s today, so I'm super excited about that. And I guess that's about it for this video. want to thank you for joining me, and sorry I haven't been producing many videos recently, but I just wanted to at least spend a little bit of time with you and let you know what's going on. Thea and I may sit down and do like a year-end review soon, so I'm excited about doing that, and then maybe another video talking about what we're doing right now in the interim before spring, and then some of our plans, another video about our plans for the future as well. Each year we're constantly reassessing, and so we've got some pretty big plans, but a lot to do during these winter months, and it's really been occupying our time. But I wanted to say I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and a Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and that everyone's, I hope everyone's doing well and staying safe. It's the end of 2022. I'm super excited about that. It's been a challenging year. Financially, that's hit a lot of people. And certainly the last couple of years with the pandemic, all of the other issues that we've been dealing with culturally and socially, it's been a challenge. So I'm glad 22 is just about finished. I hope everyone has a fantastic new year. I'm hoping that everybody just embraces this coming 2023 and starts planning and thinking positively about it. That's what I'm going to be up to. So that's about it. So I thank you so much for watching. If you found this video of value, please give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and by all means, folks, stay safe and take good care of yourselves. Bye-bye now.